Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Anubhuti and I love to talk about everything beauty related. I love to do product reviews and I love to get use out of my makeup collection, and I do a lot of project planning, and I do share my content here on my YouTube channel, my planning progress. So if those are the things you are interested in, please make sure to subscribe before jumping into today's video. As you know from the title, today I'm here with my Project 10 uses update for month of June. So Project 10 uses is basically you pick number of products and then you have to use them 10 times and then you roll them out and roll new products in its place. Everybody does it differently. Everybody has different way of doing it, different goals for that. But for me, I randomize 10 categories from my makeup, so I kind of use it as a shop my stash slash project 10 uses. So I refresh it every month, and I do focus on these categories, these specific products throughout the month. For example, foundation, concealer, blush, bronzer, highlighter, face palette, single eyeshadow, lip liner, liquid lipstick, and bullet lipstick. So I do randomize these 10 categories, and then I use them 10 times and then I roll them out. And if I roll a particular product in a certain category, I randomize that category again. So I will link also my introduction video here somewhere in case you are interested to check it out. But I have been doing this project for, I think this is my second year this way on doing it. So yeah, let's talk about the products that are part of this project in the sequence I use my makeup. So first is foundation, and for foundation category, the randomization in month of May was MAC Studio Radiance in NC17, and this is my perfect match at this moment. So this is kind of a transition weather when I'm not tanned enough and I'm not fair enough. So this is kind of my perfect shade. This is NC17. So this matches me perfectly. I really got good use out of it and I used it 10 times so far. So this is rolling out. The second product is concealer category, and that is Charlotte Tilbury Magic Vanish in the shade medium, and this is how it looks like. So this is kind of a corrective concealer. Mostly it's kind of peachy toned, so I use it for color correction for my eyes. So I also used it 10 times. So this is also rolling out. So yeah, 2 rollouts so far. Then we have blush category, and then the randomization. This is also rolled into last month, and this is MAC sheer tone blush, actually, not powder blush. So yeah, this is MAC sheer tone blush in the shade Pinch Me. So yeah, MAC recently reformulated their powder blushes, and they have gotten rid of all the different formulas, so like sheer tone, powder, matte, all those things, and now and also extra dimension finish. By the way, that is my favorite formula from MAC, extra dimension finish, and they seem to got rid of it. And also the baked blushes, I think they also got rid of those. Now they have just 2 categories, so one is kind of matte, another one is radiant finish. I am holding on to my older MAC blushes. They work fine. They are in prestige condition, and yeah, powder products last a really long time. So this is how my Pinch Me blush looks like. I am so unsure about this shade because this pulls warm on me. In the pan it looks cool, but when I apply it on my cheeks, I can see a little bit orange undertone peeking through. Maybe it's just my skin tone, or maybe it's just not working with the foundation or the shade I am right now. So it just, or maybe the liquid blush I'm using that day is not going with this. But then so far I'm not liking this on me. I'm still giving it a chance. I have reached for it 4 times so far. I have to make my mind about this one. So far, this is on the chopping block. I'm not liking the shade because this pulls kind of cool with warm undertones for some reason, but not very flattering on me. So yeah, but yeah, 4 uses so far. So this is staying in. Then we have bronzer category, and that for that bronzer was also randomized last month, and that is Kiko Milano Charming Escape highlight. Sorry, Charming Escape highlight was so many times in my project plans last year that it is on my, yeah, tip of my tongue. So this is beautiful packaging. If you can see, Kiko does really beautiful packaging. They nail the game in that one. Especially in the previous years, they did some really gorgeous packagings. I definitely love the collections. So yeah, this is off the topic. This is the bronzer in the shade 02 Unique Sienna, and this is a neutral tone bronzer, and that is what I love about this one. This is a light tone bronzer, but it pulls a little bit warmer than it looks on the pan, so I do use it on top of my cream bronzer, and this is working fine for me at the moment. So I could use my 10 uses out of this one. And so yeah, this is rolling out, and I'm happy that I could get my 10 uses on this one, because this is really light tone. If I get 10, I might not be able to pull it off. So this is also rolling out. Next is highlighter, and that is Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in the shade Champagne Pop, and I have the mini, and I'm holding it like this because this crumbled on me. This literally crumbled into pieces, and I've used it. So yeah, the goal was to reach it for it 10 times. I did reach for it 11 times. This is rolling out, and I will have to repress it. I did hear about this like crumbling from so many people, so I will have to repress mine, but that also shows me that there is not really a lot of product, but that is a lot for highlighter. Off the tension. This is rolling out, so we have 4 rollouts so far. Yeah, the next category is face palette, and that is the randomization. By the way, Becca Champagne Pop was in my in this project since month of April. So yeah, this is finally rolling out. Then we have face palette. This is also randomized in last month, and that is Patrick Ta, this blush palette volume 2. Yeah, this is how it looks like. I have reached for it 1 time so far. The reason I don't like the creams here, I'm not a fan of this formula, especially the creams in this palette. I do like the powder shades here, and also these creams do not work on top of powders, at least not for me. I'm not Petricta, of course, and also I'm not really a fan of the brand. I did try to love the brand, the product is just not very fascinating to me, but yeah, I do love these 2 blush shades. The highlighter is meh, and this is just like why it is occupying the space, and these 2 cream blushes are not so good, I would say. So yeah, this is just used 1 time in this project, so this is staying in. Then we have a single eyeshadow, and that was randomized as Natasha Denona Pure Love, and this is a kind of single that I received with long back with my order from Look Fantastic, and this is how it looks like. I have reached for it 1 time so far, so this is also staying in the project. Then for lip liner category, the randomization was Essence lip liner in the shade 16 Fancy Blush. This is a beautiful cool toned pink. I did reach for it 10 times, so this is also a rollout. Then we have liquid lipstick, and for that the randomization is in April. So since April this is in the project, and this is Maybelline Stay Matte liquid lipstick in the shade Delicate. This is really beautiful, and this is also very used in my collection. As you can see that the product is now skipping on the wand, so there is very less left in it, but then this has been used 5 times. And by lipstick usage, 5 times means I did use it 5 days with all the reapplications. I do not count my reapplications because then it just becomes super tedious for me. So yeah, I used it 5 days, so this is still staying in for 5 more uses. Then for bullet lipstick, I have also this bullet lipstick since month of April. Yeah, and this is MAC Russian Red, and I have reached for it 2 times, and the reason for it is because this is not a spring summer shade for me. So I'm not really sure about what do I want to do. I will keep this also for this month more, and if I do not reach for it even one time, so far I've used it 2 times, and it has been here already since April and May I have not reached for it at all, so I am not sure what do I want to do with this one. I would probably take a decision, a veto, and then roll it out. And I do want to roll something else in its place because this is just not the color I will reach for in summer. I am wearing the similar kind of shade today on my lips, and that's because I'm filming. Otherwise, I'm not reaching for these colors in summer or spring. This is just not the color I wear in summer. I do not reach for bolder shades anyways. So yeah, this is not the color probably. So I'm calling it a veto and I'm rolling it out. We will roll something else in its place. So I have 5 rollouts and I have one that I am rolling out as a veto. So I have my foundation, concealer, my bronzer, highlighter, and my lip liner rollout, and one that is voluntary rollout is this MAC lipstick. So in total I have 6 rollouts, so that means I have to randomize 6 new products. So then let me pull my Tiny Decisions app and then we can randomize the products together. Let's do foundation. So the foundation randomization is my Maison Snail Repair Intensive BB Cream. Of course, that is very light shade, so that means that will give me chance to work on my darker foundations maybe. Let's do concealer. That is Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Radiant Concealer in the shade 5 Medium. Then I already have the blush. I have to do the bronzer. And then the bronzer is going to be... what happened? Laguna Mini. And then the highlighter is going to be ColourPop Super Shock highlighter in the shade Lunch Money. I'm super happy because that is something in my plan to ban this year. Face palette I already have. Single eyeshadow I already have. Lip liner. Okay. Lakme 925 lip liner in the shade Red Alert. And for bullet lipstick that I am rolling out voluntarily, let's randomize a bullet lipstick. And that is MAC Powder Kiss Velvet Blur lipstick in the shade Gingerella. Okay, let me grab those products and I will be back. Okay, so I am back with the products. Now let's do kind of overall recap and also the products I will be working on. So for foundation category, we have the randomization has Maison Snail Repair Intensive BB Cream. This is shade 21 and this is a bit too light for me, and I do use it as a mixing foundation for my darker shades, and this is also in my plan to ban this year, I think, not sure, but yeah, I do like the formula So yes, this is going to be my foundation. For concealer, we have Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Radiant Concealer in the shade 5 medium, and this is going to match my skin tone also perfectly. So this is going to be concealer. For blush, I still have my MAC powder blush in the shade Pinch Me, sheer tone blush in the shade Pinch Me for 6 more uses. For bronzer category, I have the new roll-in today, and that is my mini NARS Laguna. This is kind of the free bead that you get with the order from NARS website. So yeah, this is how it looks like. Yeah, so this is going to be bronzer. For highlighter, we have the new randomization. Again, the bronzer is going to be for 10 uses. The highlighter is also going to be for 10 uses. And this is ColourPop Lunch Money. This is Super Shock Highlighter. As you can see, I already have a big pan. And then the corners are also quite thinned out. And this is in my plan to pan this year. It still is good. It performs really well. I do like the shade, and also the formula works really good. So this is my highlighter. For blush palette, it is still going to be Patrick blush palette for 9 more uses. Basically, I have 1 use on this one. For single shadow, again, it's going to be Natasha Denona Pure Love for 9 more uses. For lip liner category, we have Lakme in the shade Red Alert. I need to sharpen this. This is sharpenable. So yeah, this is going to be the lip liner for 10 uses. For liquid lipstick, I still have to work on my Maybelline Matte Ink in the shade Delicate for 5 more uses. And I think in 5 uses, this will be done for sure, because I really have to scrape. And I do not take stopper out of my lip products, because then it becomes super messy and I'm not in for it. So yeah, this is going to be empty, I think, in 5 uses. But yeah, I still have to reach for it for 5 times. And then I have voluntary rollout for my MAC Russian Red lipstick. So in that place, the randomization today is and this MAC Powder Kiss Velvet lipstick in the shade Gingerella. And yeah, this is how Gingerella looks like. So this is easy to reach shade for this weather also, although a little bit warm, but I can still work with my tan. So these are going to be products I will be working on for upcoming months, and these are the 10 products I am working on in my project 10 uses now. That is it for today's update. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so you will be notified whenever I upload a new video. Till next time, have a good day, good night, depending on wherever you are, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.